Guys, what if I told you that every problem you face, from predicting tomorrow's weather to identifying spam in your email, could be boiled down to a single mathematical function? And what if I told you that machine learning is the secret weapon that helps us to find these functions, even when they seem impossible to describe? Today, we are diving deep into the science of how machine learning models transform data into decisions. It's not just about numbers and formulas, it's about creating powerful systems that learn to solve problems on their own. And trust me, this is going to change the way you think about AI forever. Let's start with a simple idea. In life, almost every problem can be solved by finding a connection between things. Whether you are predicting the weather, guessing someone's mood, or figuring out the quickest way to get somewhere, there always a relationship between what you know, that is the input, and what you want to find out, that is the output. This is why every problem can be broken down into a function, a set of rules that can take your inputs and give you a right answer. Think of it like a recipe. You have ingredients, that is the input, following specific steps, that is calculation, you will end up with a dish, that is the output. A function works in a similar manner, guiding you from what you know to what you need. In the world of machine learning, we use these functions to take inputs, do some calculations, and then produce an output. For example, imagine we want to predict house prices. These inputs could be things like the size of the house, its location, and the number of bedrooms. The function takes these details and calculates an estimated price for the house. But here's the tricky part. Figuring out which function to use for each problem isn't easy. At the start, we usually know about the past inputs and outputs, but we don't know the exact function that connects them. The goal in the machine learning is to find the best function that can give the right outputs even for the new inputs that we haven't seen before. Once we find this function, we can solve problem more accurately. However, creating this function means understanding how the variables, that is the inputs, are related to each other. And figuring out this relationship just by looking at the data can be tough, especially for the complex problems. That's where machine learning comes in. Machine learning models are like smart tools that learn from data to find hidden patterns and relationships between the inputs and the outputs. These models adapt and get better at predicting the outputs even when we can't easily describe the patterns with basic equations. To sum it up, machine learning helps us to turn a problem into a function that can take inputs and give us the right outputs. The tough part is finding that function, and that's where machine learning models come in. They do the heavy lifting to figure out these patterns. There are many types of machine learning models. For simpler problems, we might use basic models like linear regression or decision tree, but for complex challenges like recognizing faces in photos or translating languages, we need advanced models like neural networks to get the job done. Neural networks are like superheroes of the machine learning world. They are built to handle really complex problems. Let's break it down with the simplest piece, a perceptron. Think of a perceptron as like a little decision maker, kind of like a tiny brain cell. It takes in some information, gives certain parts of that information more importance than others, and then decide what to do with it. For example, it's like looking at an email and checking if it has a certain words that might make it spam. But when our problems get more difficult, one decision maker alone cannot do the job. So we connect a bunch of them together in layers, creating what we call a deep neural network. Each layer looks at the data and finds out more hidden patterns, like detectives working together to solve a mystery. The deeper we go, the more details we uncover, helping us understand and make better decisions. Now, neural networks come in different shapes and sizes, depending upon the problem we are trying to solve. For example, convolutional neural network are our go-to models for video and image analysis. They power everything from facial recognition in your phone to identifying objects in self-driving car. Then we have recurrent neural networks, which are designed to work with sequences of data like translating languages or generating music. And for creating new content that looks real, like AI generated artwork or even deepfakes, we use generative adversarial networks, which are like artists that learn from their own work. Now it's your turn. What do you think is the toughest data problem out there? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is it predicting natural disasters or creating ultra realistic game characters? And let's brainstorm which neural network might be the best fit for the job. I can't wait to see your ideas. Now, here's the key takeaway. Machine learning is all about finding the right tools to solve the right problems. You just need to have right data set. Sometimes a simple model gets the job done, but when you need to handle the heavy lifting, neural networks are your go-to solutions. They don't just solve the problems, they adapt, learn, and get better over time, unlocking new levels of AI possibilities. If you are excited about how machine learning can tackle some of the biggest challenges out there, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We have got plenty more deep dives on the way to help you become a machine learning expert, one step at a time. And make sure to click the notification bell so you never miss out these valuable insights. Remember, machine learning isn't just about solving problems, it's about changing how we see and interact with the world. From predicting health conditions to streamlining logistics, the possibilities are limitless. Stay curious, keep learning, and I will see you in the next video.